Now talk about some truck riding dogs. Come on. Do I got some truck riding dogs? I think I do. How about that? Are they just naturals? I think they are. Heck, they spent a lot of time in this truck so far. This good old Chevy Bison. Yeah, should have called him Bison? Is that a Denali? I like Denali. Brian K, I think, mentioned you need to buy I knew somebody out there, sorry, I can't remember all the comments, but like, you gotta go out and buy a Denali now. I think Bob from Melbourne, Florida said, yep, you gotta go buy a Denali now. Yeah, don't tempt me on that one, right? To match the dog's name, Denali goes with Denali. Yeah, well, just a really beautiful Sunday here as we get the day going before the big Veterans Day, which is a big day for those that served our country and military. We appreciate all your support, and I'm so glad that you took it upon yourself to dedicate your life to preserve America as we know. And even though so many are trying to change that, but we're just not let that happen. Some may think we are, but we're fighting like hard to keep it going because we love the good old America that we know. So now get on here this road. It's the area where I live where the road just gets always busy and it's always a challenge. Everybody wants to go somewhere just like me. But yeah, the pups. What great companions. Just great dogs already for me. It's just so great because you just have no idea. I'm sure people understand how heartbroken I was because for you and me, we all had a love for Keifer. And it's something they never got to know Keifer, but in our heart and mind and soul, we know Keifer's right here with us. And the Keifer dog, but he's so different. It's incredible how these dogs really are. They really are a totally different demeanor. They really are, in some ways, a different breed. Kind of meaning that Keifer was such a Czechoslovakian heritage and the police line, and then where he came from Amanda with Shepherd Works, which is on Instagram. She's more focused on training attack dogs. So Keifer really, from the get-go, was already being trained to attack things. So just a whole different type of style of raising a puppy by the time we got Keifer, even though he's very young, but he came from a whole different environment with brothers and sisters that were trained to be attack dogs. And that's what she specializes in. And that's what kind of drew us to Amanda, was because not only was she right there in Tennessee at the right time to meet us, but she was right there with a dog that I was really focused on to get Julia to be a protection dog. And so it all kind of really matched up, and it all came to be, which was a blessing in my eyes when that happened. And but then you fast forward and we all see what played out. But the real point here is these dogs have such a different demeanor, and now it's really weird how these two dogs are acclimating with the pack so much more, it seems, easier. And in so many ways I feel like now for Keifer, he came in by himself and he was such the more aggressive dog that it was just incredible that anybody really watched my channel and saw the transition of Keifer coming into our life. And it's just so funny on how somebody uses my ways. My wife uses my ways, and then she just changes all these different settings or something. I don't know what goes on, but I don't know, it just drives you nutty. So anyways, it's incredible how the transition to Keifer was very challenging. He was very aggressive. I truly was feared that he would severely injure Ginger, the Wheaton Terrier, and that was just very challenging. But also I think, but he came by himself. So in some ways you think having these two puppies here, them transitioning the family, two of them against two of them against two of them, is that a little bit more of a kind of a pack mentality that the other dogs have a little different way of looking at these two dogs, or these are just such a different demeanor, they don't have that attack, really aggressive behavior in them, because Keifer had part Malinois, I think, in him. He had a bloodline of a very strong, more aggressive type of dog, German Shepherd. So but once again, I just think to myself, it's incredible on how Keifer came into the pack by himself. And that was really the only time in recent times that I brought one dog by itself. I usually always bring two puppies in to the rest of the pack, and they transition pretty well. But Keifer, as you know, I mean, there were many days that Keifer just really went after Ginger, and the hair would be standing up in the back of his back, and Ginger and him would just go at it. I mean, I thought there was that one last time that he really did the running with me on the four-wheeler. It's so weird on how it's just out of the norm. He just went and attacked Ginger. I mean, he was next to the four-wheeler, kind of waiting for me to take off again, and then he instantly ran over where Ginger was coming by and just nailed her. I mean, she cried. I mean, I really thought that he got her good. So it'll be as we bring these dogs into the pack, it's going to be really, what do they do? How do they transition in? I think it'll be a smoother transition, really. Now, will I get the same personality that I got at Keifer? I don't think I will. Will I get that same craziness of chasing the motorcycles? I don't think they will, actually. And the ball thing, I could be wrong, because Keifer, when he was young, but Julie even talks about how Keifer would just gnaw on things. He would just constantly want to bite something, eat something. He was just never ending on that page. Julia's like, these dogs are so much more calmer, and they're not as aggressive. Julie said that Keifer used to bite me all the time and puncture her skin. I mean, it's very aggravating in so many ways. And there's no doubt, we had little Keifer, he was very aggressive on trying to bite you and chew on your arm and your hand. I mean, everything. So I think that this is going to be a different type of German Shepherd. It works for me. I mean, I just love having dogs, can you tell? And these two here, they are just the little lover dogs, little cuties. But I can only hope that we get this heartworm, this hookworm, really killed really quickly. And it's weird on today, medication. But the doctor was concerned that on the heartworm, you're supposed to do heartworm preventative after the doctor does their heartworm thing. Then you're supposed to give them your own injections. And a lot of people take it upon themselves not to buy the doctor's prescribed heartworm treatment as their puppies. And a lot of people go for the over-the-counter stuff, but the doctors claim those just don't really have the same amount of strains. They don't have the same potency. And those are people just skimping then on the heartworm, I guess paying the doctor. I really don't know, but the point is that there's no record of them getting any prescription heartworm. So they're assuming that the breeder went out on their own and bought their own over-the-counter heartworm medication. And now here we are with hookworm in the dog. And I mean, these are long strands. These are like spaghetti strands. So you just start thinking, wow. How far has this already gotten into the dog now named Denali? And when I'm with the doctor here, I'm really going to ask them. But it's just really weird how today they just started popping out his poop. But yesterday gave him some stuff, I guess, to create that problem, to start getting rid of him. But we'll know more here as we get to the doctor, and hopefully the puppies are going to be okay. It's just another roller coaster of owning dogs, right? For a hope. And here I am. Traffic's just horrendous. It's just, it's incredible. For you, it may not seem that bad, but for me, that live on the roads every day, this will be a 2-cycle, 3-cycle light for me to get through. So, all right, more updates on the puppy adventures as I go to the doctor and get yet another prescription of more drugs, between the standard poodles on pills for the lepto prevention, and then these guys. I mean, we're pilled out, man. It's the Ice Age veterinarian compound, I guess.